Hi, all lovelies and beautiful star seeds. I'm Elektra Titania, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Galactic Encounters. Wonderful to see you all again. It's been quite a while since I was last on. I think it was about probably about 5 months ago, something like that. I've had a lot going on in my life. Anyway, it's all good, everyone. I hope you're all doing well during these hard times with the coronavirus, and I hope you're all healthy and well and stay safe. And so today we're going to discuss black helicopters and the man in black. And I'm going to have my beautiful Ambassador Kahn, he's a Pleiadian being, come and help me speak about it, and because he knows a lot about these things as well, of course. And also he'll discuss other areas as well, so it's wonderful. So I'm going to welcome him on board. Actually, the first time I ever met him was sort of in one of my missions, one of my journeys up to a mothership, and there was a council meeting, and it was like a big, sort of like a conference hall, and I was sitting in a seat waiting to speak to everyone as a representative and so forth, and discuss the goings on. And he came in and sat behind me, and I turned around and told him that I was about to speak, and he said, "Yes, I know, that's what I'm here for." And that was the first time I met him, and I asked his name. I introduced myself, and he told me that he is an Ambassador Kahn. And yeah, so it was wonderful and humorous, and he's got a very dry sense of humour. So, and this is him that was drawn for me behind me. That's Kahn. Okay, so we'll get on with it and get started. Thank you. Okay. Unconditional love and light, unconditional love and light to one and all. Hi all, welcome one and all. I am Ambassador Kahn. We are the Pleiadians, and I am here assisting Elektra in discussing certain topics. I am from originally the Elektra star, and have been also with Targeton, which I work with now on the big motherships and the Pleiadian ships. We are from the cluster of stars, the Pleiades, which is 444.2 light years from your Earth. And Elektra, for her, Elektra was there in a past life long ago where I knew her, and the star, sister star Elektra is 404.4 light years from your Earth. A light year, as some of you may know, is a 9.5 trillion kilometers, or in miles, approximately 5.9 trillion miles. So long distance from your Earth in the measurements of your miles and kilometers. But when you travel at speeds of light and even faster, and sometimes we go through stargates and portals, it is sometimes only seconds. So thank you for welcoming me here for the first time with you all. We are going to first discuss the black helicopters. They are usually appear around people or certain operatives that are going on that need a little bit of fear placed into them. We will say that there are many people who have seen UFOs or had experiences with extraterrestrials, or even certain people who have become whistleblowers who were previously either in secret space program or in the military, and the black helicopters, which have silent, there is no sound, will come around them and will put fear into them. And within these black helicopters, there are sometimes these men in black, that are sometimes on board these helicopters as well. They are usually associated with secret organizations and, of course, nefarious organizations such as Cabal, Illuminati, and they say even the Majestic 12 once upon a time had connections with this also. So they do exist, and they quite often will come and do surveillance around certain people or group individuals, whoever they may be. Elektra has seen them herself, and she's experienced just recently a black plane with no sound flying past her and a friend on the beach while connecting with all of their star being family. So within this, people quite often are silenced for reporting these. The reports that occur do sometimes get investigated by the Air Force, and other times the files will disappear. And this is a common factor that does occur. The black helicopters do not only exist in the United States of America, they are in many countries around the world. So they have bases all around the world. We have previously spoken to you, it may have been Commander Guion, that there are around 400 bases, and some good and some not so good. And of course, we have infiltrated many recently. So in regards to the black helicopters, yes, they definitely exist, and it is used by these corporations, organizations, in regards to investigations as well. So if you do experience them, do please try to take recordings and film them, and then you have your proof, and hide the proof in other technical or technology devices, so that you have copies, and even send to someone that you know, so that you can show that you are experiencing some of these helicopters, of course. It is dependent on the reasons that they do appear. Sometimes they are also searching the area when there has been any incidences of other UFOs appearing around certain areas. You will always see the black helicopters, which, as we said, Elektra has seen a UFO that was destroyed about 2 years ago in your time, and it was of a malevolent kind. And within, we shall say, 15 minutes, the black helicopters appeared around that certain area. But we are always here protecting, of course, as we are trying to keep the peace on this earth, and in the same process bring not only peace but awakening to all of humanity. You need to all change your narrative of your life in awakening not only yourself but also humanity, in bringing in the higher vibrations and frequencies to assist. And please try to steer clear of having the loose energies we have spoken to you about, which are the negative emotional energies that the darker and negative people and beings feed off this energy. So keep in the high vibrations, stay in the light, and be in those beautiful, wonderful places of love. The more you connect with this, the more higher and you travel in your ascension and your path. We are now going to discuss about the men in black, also a little more on myself of information. I am also an interplanetary counselor to the Galactic Councils of Light, and yes, I am a member of the Galactic Federation of Light. So I go interplanetary quite often, discussing different topics and missions with others. This is one of my main areas, and it is wonderful that we get to be here close to humanity to assist you all. In regards to the men in black, I will inform you of Elektra's encounter when she was a young girl, when she lived in Yugoslavia. Her father is of Yugoslav origin, and they were at cinema and with her brother and older sister, and they noticed afterwards man in black following them, as Elektra's family have had many experiences with UFOs and other unusual, paranormal and strange incidences. This was her first time to see them, and her brother and sister did manage to escape and hide until it was safe to return home. And then and this was around the year 1973, and the next occurrence was in 1975 with her brother at a primary school in Australia, in Queensland, where there was a large black car with two men in black following them. They managed to get on the bus, and they both were aware there was something of misfit with this, and especially her brother, who would poke fingers at them, and then they were left alone. They are simply observing and aware of certain people who are like star seeds or having occurrences, but they have always been protected. And of course, there are other incidences with the Men in Black, also in high school, again with her brother and sister in 1977. And once again, it was after school on their way home. But again, it was simply them being followed, and then they went on bus and escaped. But there has been no actual direct contact. They have not approached or spoken to them. They have simply been observing. Some men in black, supposedly people seem to think are aliens, and yes, some are in special skin suits, and some are hybrids. I am fully aware of this knowledge, and of course the others with the Men in Black are of course CIA agents that were trained long ago. They were called MK Ultra, and it was a secret programming that the CIA had performed on them with insidious, reprehensible brainwashing and mind controlling, and training them as killers as well. And these agents, sad to say, have become a part of the secret organizations as well. And when Men in Black do come to people, many of people, hundreds have reported encounters with Men in Black, and they have ways of intimidating people and making them feel uncomfortable. And of course, they are part of the quasi-government agents and began long ago with the Majestic 12 as well. But the first incidences ever recorded was in 1947 by a Harold Dahl. He and his supervisor, Fred Chrisman, they were in American state of Washington in Maury Island, and they saw UFOs and reported the sighting, especially the man Harold, and they had visits from the Men in Black, and this was the first recorded sighting. And also at the same time they tried to prove that they were just seeing things and tried to cover things up. But on the same day, the reporting of the UFOs was also made by an aviator by the name of Kenneth Arnold, and he reported seeing the UFOs in the same area as well of the Puget Sound. And this Harold Dahl was working on a conservation mission. So the Men in Black did appear then, and that is the only known recording. Of course, there were others, but this leaked out and many people got to know of this incident that occurred. And it was long ago. But in regards to the MK Ultra, that was a program in around the 1950s, 1960s, and possible 70s, and was also used during times of wars as well, Vietnam and Korean as well, for secret investigations and of course assassinations. And it is sad that this is involved as well. but there are still to this day the men in black, because there are still people reporting them, and yes, they do exist. As I have said, some are, yes, of extraterrestrial origin and hybrid and human, that have been trained by the CIA, and of course they work and for the nefarious organisations such as Cabal, Illuminati, and many others. And quite often, as we said, they will go on missions doing specific jobs for the negative organisations in, we shall say, very shonky dealings, as you would say. There are many UFOs that are being sighted now all around the world, and more people are believing that there is extraterrestrial life on other planets and of course in other universes, as there are trillions of other stars and planets, and of course there is other life. But this is occurring more and more every year. More and more people are having experiences and sightings, and we are pleased that also we have many whistleblowers who are coming to the forefront and bringing their experiences and reports to all the public to bring disclosure to everyone that this is really happening. And there are many happening. So it is time for more of the public and humanity to realize, yes, it is time for a big awakening, but as has previously been stated by one of the commanders, that this is the largest ascension that humanity has ever had on this earth. So it is a very important time for you to come on board with these wonderful ascension energies, as many people are experiencing these growth spurts and high vibrations. So it is all a part of working towards eventually the Galactic Federation of Light and your star family beings coming together with your wonderful elders of your earth and council members, forming a wonderful global, international, interplanetary council together, working together as this wonderful vision we brought to Elektra several months ago. And this is the future. And the technology advancement is slowly leaking out and coming out. It should have been back in the 1950s. But of course, as you know, many secret space programs and military organizations do not wish for you to have as much knowledge as they do. And it is a form and a mechanism of defense as well. But it is time to move forward now. Time for us to all connect. Your world is changing. There is much happening with the climate changes and so forth. There are some of you out there who are talking about the solar flash event. Yes, there is a solar flash event. Possibly we will not give any specific time, possibly by next year, but there will be small little doses here and there as there is growth spurts occurring. And the sun is very important. It is like a portal as well that we travel through sometimes, and to the Syrian star as well. So when this solar flash does occur, the larger one, do not be alarmed. Some people are going slightly overboard, but we will say, do always have water and food stocked, and always be safe and protected, and know that your power sources will not be down for too long. So remember this, it will not be down for too long. So do not panic and get caught up in the chaos of it all. Just be with your friends and family and know that everything will be fixed. But everything has a reason why it occurs as well. It is a part of the awakening as well. And each year, more and more of our ships are coming in and being seen by you. But we are doing it in a wonderful, gentle way. We don't want to cause complete panic. We want to bring unconditional love and connect with you all, but on a very slow and wonderful pace where you are all comfortable with this. We thank you so much for welcoming me on board with you all. It has been wonderful discussing these topics with you. And of course, as we said, whenever you have experiences, record it or film with camera and discuss with others who are also open-minded to all these as well, because this also brings up the energies as well in connecting with it. Thank you so much. And if you do encounter the MIBs, please do not panic too much. Just agree with what they say and be wary of them. As long as you don't cause too much commotion for those, if you do, you will have to move elsewhere. So still keep awakening others, and those of you who are awakening others with knowledge and undisclosed knowledge, secret knowledge, keep up the good work. And we are protecting all of you. We understand that some people have been, we shall say, have been killed by men in black and agents, CIA, but know that we will protect you all. It is time now, and we have been infiltrating them and stopping them. So you are protected, and you do have free will, freedom and liberty always. I just simply wish to state that there, here in Australia, there is a Victorian politician, Daniel Andrews. He is slightly in the form of a dictator, and it has saddened some people of how much he has enslaved his people, where compared to his counterparts, he has gone slightly overboard. This is not good. You are to follow your people and be good and humble to your people. If you wish to be a leader, you must speak humbly and follow as well. When there is fear of government, there is dictatorship. When there is fear of people, of the people, there is freedom and liberty. So we are saddened that there are people like this. And finally, they are finally coming out of their homes in nice, slow pace. But this man definitely went overboard. So I wish to state this because I discussed this with Elektra as she was watching news a while back, and we weren't impressed with people who are like this. They need to come back into the light. Thank you again for welcoming me, one and all, and may you have wonderful blessings in your life and find truth and awaken and connect always with what feels right for you. Thank you. We are the Pleiadians. I am Ambassador Kahn. Thank you. Thank you very much, Kahn. Very much appreciated. I enjoy my beautiful guides and star guides helping me in discussing things with you, because I do get a little bit shy and nervous in speaking to you, but it's all wonderful. As he said, in regards to the Men in Black, yes, my first encounter in Yugoslavia, but the last time I had an encounter, I think it was in 2006 in Adelaide. I was over there visiting, and I had a man in black following me around, and I also had an actual Pleiadian being that was following me around on the same transports on different days, on trams and buses, and and I saw him on 4 different occasions. So and he was just a guardian, but he was a Pleiadian in human form, and it was wonderful, and it was a part of protecting me at the time. But I was there connecting with the Syrian beings as well. So they certainly do exist, as my dearly departed brother and I and my older sister remember. Absolutely, there's something to that as well. And as he mentioned, yes, I was sitting on the beach, and with my friend, we were just doing a meditation, connecting with the star beings, and we had this black plane come out from nowhere, right in front of us, fly past, absolutely no sound. Apparently there's some kind of electromagnetic or electrochromatic panels that they have that helps. It's like advanced technology, of course. So that's my first encounter with a black plane, but I have seen the black helicopters where yeah, I think it was a couple of years ago, there was a UFO that just fizzled out, and I saw it being destroyed by this beam of lightning bolt just came straight at it. And my beings told me straight away they were very bad. It was malevolent. So, and it had to be done because they'd tried several times in infiltrating and coming here to Earth as well. So they didn't have very good intentions at all. And then not long after, we had some black helicopters appear and so forth. So I hope we've brought some wonderful information for you today, and I'll have a look later at what Kahn said. I do hear some of the things that's said, but we just wanted to collaborate with you all and tell you, especially those who have had experiences, this is definitely going on. They do exist, and it does happen. I mean, hundreds of people, maybe even thousands now, have either had encounters with the helicopters or the MIB or some shape or form of agents or so forth, or unusual things appearing. I've had, just in the last 2 days, today, this morning and yesterday, I've had a man, really strange, with a black Ford Ranger, and 2 days in a row he's come to my door and asked me about fixing my fridge. And both times I've said, no, you're at the wrong address. And it's just very unusual. And the first time he came to my door, he actually went to open my screen door, and lucky enough, I always keep my doors locked. So this was very uncomfortable, and I felt an uncomfortable feeling with this man, and the fact that he came a second time. I'm very lucky where I live with, in this community. I'm on a little island, and we have security cameras, but I also got a hold of his number plate. You won't believe his number plate. It said, "I'll be back," from the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger. So when I saw that, I thought, good, I've got your number plate. And it was a big black, like I think it was a Ford Ranger. So just very strange occurrences. And both times he came in the morning, and I'd already told him, this is the wrong place and I do not require your services, and so forth. Anyway, all right. So anyway, we will talk soon. The next talk on our next video for our Galactic Encounters channel, we'll be discussing the hybridization programs and so forth. I'm an experiencer myself, and I'll be talking to you about my hybrid children. We're going to talk about the deep underground military bases and militaries and so forth, because the missions I go on as well in saving many children and people. So we'll also discuss that as well. So looking forward to discussing that with you all. Remember that many of you have got wonderful spirit guides or celestial star beings and star family with you. They're collaborating with many of you. It doesn't matter whether you're a star seed or not. You may be just an old soul, or you're awakening, and some of you may have some of them as guides with you as well, and advanced divine beings that are connected with you all, and they're bringing you information as well in your dreams as well, and their prime directive is to guide you through the planetary awakening process as well. And so keep in the beautiful light energies and know that they're there for you. Some of you also receive like I do, like prophecies sometimes, or we'll see some unusual things and some not so nice things as well. So until we talk next time, thank you so much for being here with me. And yes, it's good to be back again, and hopefully we'll get this a bit more consistent, like weekly. And I've just been flat chat babysitting lately, but it's all good. I haven't done any nursing for a little while. I've had to have a break from that. So thank you again. Please subscribe to my channel, Galactic Encounters, and comment if there's any questions you wish to ask. That's what I'm here for. And those of you who live in Western Australia, come along to my UFO gatherings that I run monthly. And anyway, I am also available. I do ET channeled readings for people as well. So we'll talk soon. Okay, beautiful lovelies and beautiful star seeds, thank you so much again, and we'll talk to you soon. Lots of love to you all. Thank you.